The Portland City Council meeting last night forced to move online after some protesters interrupted the meeting and refused to leave. Now, this is not the first time a demonstration at City Hall has ended in arrests. And last night's example has Portland's police chief and mayor sounding off on safety concerns, not to mention the interruption of city business.
Can we please call attendance? Call roll.
A Wednesday night Portland City Council meeting quickly turned into chaos. About 40 demonstrators filled council chambers, demanding the city close the Portland Ice Building, something council has said would take years. One person crossed the dais to confront city leaders, forcing councilors to evacuate. Another group blocked the lobby door. Just after 6:30, roughly 24 officers showed up, a force making up nearly every officer on the clock, putting other calls on hold.
We are not going to be tolerating vandalism or violence or threats of violence, and that's clearly the behavior that led to City Hall calling us last night.
4 people were arrested for trespassing after police say they refused to leave.
We do take a dialogue approach. There's plenty of warnings given last night. I know by security there's many attempts made to de-escalate before we actually have to go hands-on.
I think he should send his police force to enforce the law on ice rather than on peaceful protesters.
Cole Donahue was one of the demonstrators arrested.
I was chanting, I was holding space.
Along with trespassing, he's also charged with disorderly conduct.
I think it's bogus.
Do you see these protests as getting a little out of control and detrimental to other city business? Like last night they were trying to decide how to spend millions of dollars meant for housing.
Well, I'd say that those issues are important, and city council they can do 2 things at once. They can address what they wanted to address, and they can also address the existential threat of ICE in Portland.
In a statement, Mayor Keith Wilson condemned the demonstration, writing in part, "This is just another example of parachute activism, where those seeking a backdrop for their political theatrics choose Portland. Out of the 4 arrested individuals, only 1 is an actual resident of our city. Disruptions like those we saw last night pose serious safety risks." The other 3 arrested, including Cole, are from Beaverton.
We're certainly seeing increased intensity, particularly in these City Hall public hearings, which, as I said earlier, is very disappointing and very unsettling.
Okay, and by the way, the main item on the agenda of last night's council meeting was what to do with the tens of millions of dollars in unspent housing funds. That discussion was once again postponed. Chief Day says the city could move council meetings online or even lock City Hall if disruptions continue. There are no plans to do that right now, but he says those options are on the table. Police say they expected a demonstration last night, just not at that scale. No injuries were reported. All 4 people arrested are expected to be arraigned in court tomorrow afternoon. So, what do you think about the protests at City Hall? Clearly, people are upset about the ICE facility on the south waterfront, but with city leaders, repeatedly saying there's nothing more they can do, where do you stand? Let us know. Email the story at kgw.com or call and leave us a voicemail, 503-226-5090.